Today I'm going to do a question on bank reconciliation. Remember that bank reconciliation is very important because it enables you to calculate your correct bank balance. You need to keep good control over the amount of money you have in your bank account, and by doing bank reconciliation you can achieve this. When you are doing this process, the thing you need to remember is you need to ask yourself who has not made the entry. If your answer to that question is the business, then we're going to need to update our CRJ or CPJ. If you ask who has not made the entry and the answer is the bank, then it's going to go in the bank reconciliation statement. Alright, required here is the totals of the cash journals and the bank reconciliation statement. I'm going to do these two simultaneously rather than separately to save time. The first thing they give you is an extract from last month's bank reconciliation statement. So these entries here were all the things that had not been recorded last month. They then tell you that the outstanding deposit of 12,105, that's this one, as well as the EFT, that's this one, have now appeared in the bank statement. That means those entries are no longer outstanding, so you leave them out. Then the second thing here tells you that EFT number 142 appeared correctly as 6,600 in the bank statement. And if you have a look here, we recorded the EFT in our CPJ as 8,000. In other words, we recorded too much in our CPJ. So to fix that error, you're going to work out the difference of 1,400 and it will get recorded in your CRJ. And then the outstanding deposit for 30,000 Rand was never deposited, it was stolen and must be written off. So you have lost money there, so that 30,000 will get recorded in your cash payments journal. They will probably, and in fact they do, ask you an internal control over that entry, because that's a lot of money to just lose. They then give you a journal totals, which they actually filled in the answer sheet for you. Right, then the following items appeared in the August bank statement and not in the cash journals. So who hasn't made the entry? It's obviously the business because it's in the bank statement. So we have bank charges, we have a debit order, and we have a direct deposit. The bank charges, you are paying money, so it will get recorded in the cash payments journal. The debit order for the electricity, 20,000, we are paying money, so it gets recorded in the cash payments journal. The direct deposit from a debtor, you're going to receive 5,400 Rand, that will get recorded in your cash receipts journal. Okay, then the following items reflected differences between the journals and bank statement. The first one, EFT number 301 for 1,800 Rand in favor of a creditor, was recorded in the relevant journal but was reflected twice in the bank statement, and the bank will correct it next month. So that means the banks decreased your bank account twice, and yet you were only supposed to have paid one EFT there. So therefore the bank has made the error. They took too much away from you, so that 1,800 Rand they owe back to you. So when you are asking whether to record debit or credit, ask yourself, does the bank owe us more or less? If they owe you more, put it on the credit side. If they owe you less, put it on the debit side. Okay, then on the 27th of August, an email proof of payment was received for a direct deposit into the business bank account 2,910. The bookkeeper entered this in the CRJ. This did not appear in the bank statement, and it's been discovered that the document received via email was a fake copy. So you recorded something and the money was never ever going to get to you because the proof of payment was fake. So you need to decrease your bank account, so you record that in the CPJ. The following entries appeared in the August cash journals but did not appear in the August bank statement. So if they're in our journals and not the bank statement, then you're going to record these in the bank reconciliation statement. The first one is an EFT. If that bank processes rather that transaction, they're going to owe you less, so that gets recorded in the debit column. They then tell you that the deposit of 16,000 Rand for cash sales is also not been recorded. The bank owes you more money, so the outstanding deposit is going to come on the credit column here. Then they tell you that the bank statement showed a favorable balance of 24,000 on the 27th of August. So in this case, the bank owes us money, so we're going to report that in the credit column of your bank reconciliation statement. The last thing which you must do is you must add up your CRJ and CPJ to get method marks, and then this bank recon statement we need to balance. So you look and see which is the bigger total. In this case it's this one, so you add those three numbers up there, and you take the total across because these two totals need to be equal, and then you take the 41,800, subtract the 7,000. That 34,800 is an accurate bank account balance. So you fixed up all the missing entries and the errors, so now you know that is the amount of money that you should have in your bank account. Alright, and then that short question here, they ask you, refer to information A3, that's this one, which GAR principle is going to apply, and one procedure besides division of duties to prevent this loss in future. Okay, so we're talking here about someone stealing money from us. We might be able to get that money back from the person, but at this stage we're going to be pessimistic rather than optimistic, so we're going to record that as a loss straight away. So that is your prudence concept. And then different ways of preventing this to prevent such a loss in future. Maybe you could ask a senior employee rather, to deposit the cash. Even better, you could get security companies to come and collect and deposit the cash for you, and so on. Okay, so that's bank reconciliation. Thanks.